Today we're gonna try out one of the weirdest and probably one of the most underused towers, which is the Top Bat Druid. So let me get this thing started. Let me just place Oben right here and let me explain to you guys exactly what's happening. So first off, this map is called Canyon if you guys want to check it out by the name, or I'm gonna have the code appear on screen. And this is a very cool map in which you cannot place any towers here in the middle. So just a canyon, and then you can only have towers on the left and on the right side. And this map is perfect for the thing that we want to do. So what we're doing today is we're trying out the new Ball Lightning Druid. Now this thing got reworked in a very interesting way, so let me actually just do this just to kind of use the brambles, and let me place it right here. I think this is gonna be a fine spot. So first off, let me tell you guys about the changes and let me tell you about what's happening. So there's this rework happening around the monkey knowledge, which is called the cold front monkey knowledge in relation to this thing and with the ball lightning. So now the ball lightning attack, which is just like a ball that appears and then it does damage for all the balloons that it passes through, and there's small lightnings that appear. That thing can now 100% freeze balloons, which means that it acts as a little bit of an ice tower, and it's 100% freeze time. And now what they did with the rework with the cold front monkey knowledge is that now the small lightnings, let me just place a farm by the way here, because I want to farm a little bit. These small lightnings that come out of this druid can now also freeze balloons. So that means that this thing is going to be, I think it's going to be freeze fiesta. I think that this tower is going to just keep balloons in place forever. And then if something passes, because the freeze doesn't last that long, this tower also has a tornado attack. So that should be very interesting. I brought Oben obviously because Oben is the druid hero. And Oben does something very interesting with these Top Bat druids, which is, let me just show you guys, it's level 9 I think. Yeah, there we go. So the druids of the storm have larger storms that deal more damage to Moabs. So that's like +1 damage to Moabs and +20% on the storm size. So that should be very interesting. So I'm playing on medium mode by the way. We usually do this on chimps mode, but I wanted to fully buff this druid. So I'm gonna go for the bomb crosspat actually, and because of the Heart of Vengeance upgrade, which requires us to lose lives. If we're playing on chimps mode, obviously we can not lose lives, so I had to pick a game mode in which we can afford to lose like 90 lives. So I do not plan on having, unless necessary, I do not plan on having any other damage towers besides this Top Bat Druid, but I'm gonna make sure that this guy is a very beefy boy. So I'm gonna leak lives through this one, through the Heart of Vengeance upgrade. I'm gonna get a bunch of Populous Druids, which you don't usually see paired up with the Top Bat Druid. You usually see them with the Avatar of Rad to give them attack speed, but they do work on all Druids. And we have Oben for the extra damage. I'm probably gonna overclock and do a couple of other stuff as well. And let's just see how strong the Ball Lightning is, because that thing is, I don't know, I think everyone just runs away from that upgrade. I don't think anyone uses it. Okay, so the first round of Camo Bloons, they are all exiting, and this is gonna take us to, that is 110 lives. That is perfect. I think I'm just gonna, what are we doing? I think I'm just gonna leak the ones on round 36, and that should be about it. Or are we leaking the ones on 37? I don't know. I might leak the ones on 37 depending on how these other rounds go. But for now, I'm going to keep these guys at 202, I think. Oh, honestly, wait a minute. Rainbows. Can we even defend these guys? Oh, it's not looking that good. I mean, they kind of defended, but we leaked a little bit of lives. So I think that after 36 is done and the Camo Bloons are done on this one. Okay, so let's do it like this. And let's have the village over here because we don't want it in the way. And let's, oh my god, I need to be quick with this. I barely defended that one. That was some clutch brambles. Okay, so let's do it like that. Let's get the, do I want to get the Ball Lightning? Because this is super expensive. I think I'm going to get it. Just because I think it's time. Like, this is not exactly a straight line, but I don't know. Maybe like a map like Monkey Meadow would be perfect, right? Because you just place it on the side and then it, oh my god. Did you see that freeze? What? It kept all of the insides frozen. Wait, this thing can actually be, wait a minute. Look at those storms. Look at those freezes incoming from these lightnings. Look at that. It's freezing them at the start. Okay, can this tower actually be kind of good? Let's see how it does versus Moabs, aka it's not going to pop it. And I'm going to have to restart this one, but I just want to see how much damage it does. So it's like at 8.2k damage, 8.197 I think it was. Yeah, so it was, I have to hit a continue. I'm hitting a continue on a custom made map, but that's fine. And let me give it something like this, like a 420 Alchemist. Is this gonna make the change? I'm gonna use the brambles as well, and let's see if this small little change is gonna make it so that they pop the Moab. I think it is. Oh my god, they actually popped it. That was the weirdest way to pop a Moab, honestly, with a 402 Druid. I mean, this guy does have a lot of, no he doesn't. We hit the restart, so he actually doesn't have a lot of attack speed, because look at this, we got our lives back. So we have to leak lives now, which is gonna be, that's gonna be a difficult task, but we can do it with the Camo Bloons. So here's what I'm gonna do. This Camo's on this one. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. Okay, So we have to be very careful with this one. I'm gonna let a couple of these guys leak. And then upgrade it. That's perfect. 81 lives. I mean, that's not 100% buff, but I will absolutely take that one. Okay, that was saved. So no more continues because the buff is gonna disappear. The Heart of Vengeance one. Okay, let's see how it does versus Fortified Ceramics. I think that, oh my god, it just disappeared. I mean, there's this other Monkey Knowledge. Let's just see how it does versus normal ones first. Yeah, that's a lot of freezing that I see happening. Oh my god, it's super stalling them. And it's not just that, it's this other Monkey Knowledge that makes the bigger tornadoes spawn smaller tornadoes. It's like 3 small tornadoes. This is like, I was thinking this is gonna be like a full stalling tower, but it's not exactly delaying the game by a lot. It's actually just popping the Bloons, which is really surprising. Okay, so 54 is one of those rounds. It has a bunch of ceramics and then mobs coming out. And let's see how this tower is going to do. This is looking like it's the perfect mid-game tower. I'm going to be honest. This Ball Lightning does a lot of damage. They even increased the damage that the ball does itself. Not in this update, in the previous one. Yeah, okay, so I'm super impressed by this tower for now. But let's see how it does versus a BFB. So this is round 60, the first BFB incoming. And I do not think that this thing can pop a BFB by itself. I feel like this is one of the weaknesses of this tower, which I think is... Do I keep talking? I mean, we are kind of... That was actually ridiculously close, I would say. It is time for our Populous Druids, so let's start buying them like this. It's 5 Druids max, so this is number if I can fit it over here. And let's see how we do versus the BFB now. How much extra attack speed is this? You know what? I don't want to restart again, so I'm gonna do this. And I'm gonna have the wall of trees behind just to just as a safety net. So let's see how good this tower is. 59,753 pops before the BFB comes in. How much extra attack speed do these 5 Populous give? Let's see, so that is, oh my god, that's a lot of Ball Lightnings as I can tell. This is, yeah, oh my god, they didn't even make it into a wall of trees. Yeah, that's so much better than last time. Yeah, this is the combo, guys. You need to have these guys. So, round 62, I think we're going to go up to round 100, and I'm particularly curious of how this thing is going to do versus a couple of other rounds. So, for example... Oh, hold on. Let's just see how it does versus 45 mobs first. See, these guys might be becoming a little bit of an issue. They're kind of making it far, but it took care of them. So 63, huge wave. This is going to be a huge Pierce test for this entire tower and how strong the freeze and the blowback is. So let's see how it goes versus the first round. Oh my god. That was the entire ceramic wave just blown away and frozen and slowly dealt with. And yeah, this is what a tower this is. Okay, so an RBF incoming. I just want to see how it does versus this one. So is it gonna pop it? Was that a fluke, the previous one, or was it a legit pop? I think it was a legit pop. Yeah, it was absolutely legitimate pop. Like, nothing has even made it into the wall of trees so far. That's just crazy. And this isn't even like the perfect map. Like, imagine if we had this ball attack onto a straight line. Look at how far this projectile goes. And if we can have this thing on a map like, I think I mentioned Monkey Meadow, but it's basically, I don't know, like maybe even a map like Resort, right? You just have this thing on a straight line. Oh my god, this thing is going to do so much damage. I feel like we're even missing out on a little bit of damage or freeze as well. Okay, so huge test incoming for this tower. This is kind of the last few rounds of the normal gameplay, and then it's obviously going to struggle versus mob class Bloons into the free play because it's not meant to do that. And honestly, it's kind of out of its league at this point, you know, the free play thingy, because it's not exactly that expensive of a tower. But these are a few test rounds for this thing because there are a bunch of BFBs underneath these ones. Even though it looks like one, there's a bunch of them underneath. And then the next round is going to be ceramics, but those guys are regro ceramics. So we're gonna have to see if this thing creates a regro farm. And wait a minute, look at those Ball Lightnings. What is this tower? Why is it so good? I'm actually baffled at this because I haven't used this tower, and it's like I'm discovering a new thing, and I'm super surprised and super impressed by it. And look at the freeze at the back as well. Are we sleeping on this one? Let's see how it does versus these guys, versus the Regro Ceramics. Does it create a Regro farm? That's my question. Does it pop them fast enough? Because with the new freeze thingy, you know what? This might be a problem actually. So it depends on how much damage the Ball Lightning does, and it's not looking like a regro farm. It is absolutely not creating regro farms, even though we don't have the middle cross path. Okay, so a bunch of BFBs incoming on this one. I mean, this surely has to be a little bit of a challenge for this tower because these guys are going to release like 20 Moabs or something like that. So I'm not buffing it with anything. It's just a setup that we bought in like the 40s. And the setup that we bought in the 40s is absolutely destroying around 77. That was 5 BFBs stacked on top of each other. That's just crazy. Okay, but there's no way it's beating a ZRNG. I mean, I know that it's not beating a ZRNG for a fact. Is this thing actually gonna pop it? I don't think it is. I think it's probably gonna pop this UMG layer, but it's gonna lose to the BFBs, right? So they go to BFBs, and that is, yeah, that's a loss. It looks like, yeah, they're gonna walk out. Okay, so let's try Ultra Boosting this guy, and let's see if this is gonna make any difference. So I'm gonna use a wall of trees at the back. I don't think this is gonna make any difference, by the way. So we should probably be, I don't know, I should probably get some tower to defend like these mob class Bloons, because these guys are just gonna have way too much HP. Like, this tower is not meant to defend these guys. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna sell both my farms, and I should probably do something like, can this thing see? I wanna buy the mat. Let's do it like this. Let's get the focus firing. Let's have this thing go like that. And then the plan for this is going to be that because the mat is super good versus the mob class Bloons, and then this thing is going to be super good. I hope it's going to be super good versus small Bloons. I feel like this is one of those setups where nothing's going to leak. Look at that freeze go, by the way. Look at this thing. So many lightnings. And it's going to be even more pronounced in these rounds, like, I don't know, like 98 or something like that. So we have a couple of ZOMGs incoming, and this is not it. Like, we haven't seen anything. So how many times have I... This is 10 times Ultra Boosted. Okay, so 10 times Ultra Boosted this guy. I feel like I can get the Cold Arms and then eventually the Homeland. We're going to make it... We're 100% going to make it with the Homeland before this thing ends. And I'm just going to keep buffing it. Do I want to buy something like... You know what? I trust this setup so much that I'm not even going to buy any other towers. Like, I'm not going to get the Sabo Ninja or the Relentless Glue like we usually do. But just look at this freeze. I mean, come on, guys. Everything is frozen. Nothing is even getting past... I don't think the towers are even making it up to, like, this point where my cursor is. I don't think anything is going past that. What a fun tower this is, especially when you... I mean, to be fair, we kind of super buffed it, but I absolutely do see that this tower is going to be super useful in Chimps mode as well. Like, you don't even need this much of a setup for it. I mean, you just need, like, the Druids and just, I don't know, like, buff it a little bit. You don't even have to get the Ultra Boost, like, just give it the Overclock, I think. That should be fine. And let's see how we do. So, okay, so 91 is around with a bunch of ceramics. These are fortified ceramics. So let's see if one of those super late game ultra mega ramped up ceramics is gonna make it. I should probably target this thing to kind of get rid of these guys manually, but it is not looking like any single ceramic Bloon is gonna get past. I mean, they're literally not getting past where his attack range starts, basically. So this is where he starts attacking, and things start getting frozen, and that's about it. Like, this is like an ice, this is like a global ice tower, it looks like. Let me use the ability just to kind of get rid of these guys. I think I should probably do something for the mad, like maybe Ultra Boost it a couple of times and maybe give it the village or something. Yeah, let me give it the village, and let me, what are we getting? Maybe give him an alchemist. Like, I just need this guy to have a little bit of pierce, and that's just about it. Because these small Bloons, they're gonna get taken care of by the Druid. It's 10 times Ultra Boosted. Like, look at this thing. So I'm really excited about rounds like 98. Oh, actually, this is one of those rounds. This is 94. So let's see if anything is gonna get passed on this one. So I see mobs getting passed, honestly, but that's because the pierce is getting overloaded on the mat and it can't pop everything by itself. But you know what? These mobs, they're not making it. Look at the mess in the middle. Everything is just getting held in place. I love this new monkey knowledge. This is so good. I really love this thing. And again, like, we can't see the DATs. This is round 95 because we have the mat attacking the front. But this is an amazing showcase, I think, of this tower. Let me just Ultra Boost this guy again. It's at 4 stacks. Not that many stacks on the mat, but I think it's fine. Okay, so 96. 96 is one of those huge RBE rounds. And then 98 is going to be one of them as well. So I'm really most excited about 96 and 98, and then obviously I think we're gonna pump the bat. It's not gonna be an issue. So when does this thing's spears get overloaded? That is, I guess, my next question, because this thing doesn't seem to be budging at all. And I say that, and still nothing entered the wall of trees, and still it defended. But that was 96. Okay, so maybe 98 is gonna be a little bit of a different story. I should probably sell this thing so I can afford the Homeland, and now we're going to use everything. I think that this is the round where this thing is actually going to crumble. I'm going to be honest with you guys. So let me Ultra Boost it. Yeah, there we go. Let me use the Homeland. Oh my god. Oh my god, look at that mess. Look at those tornadoes and everything go. Yeah, this thing is... What? Look at those tornadoes from the monkey knowledge. Oh my god, this is such a good tower. It's defending everything. What a tower this is. I mean, to be fair, we super mega ultra buffed it, but this is just so fun to use. I mean, you don't even have to be playing Chimps mode. Like, we always say, how good is this in Chimps mode? Like, listen, you don't even have to be playing Chimps mode. Just look at how fun this thing is. It's holding everything in place. This is just such a great tower. I really love this change. And that's round 98. 99 is just going to be a bunch of these 45 DDTs, which the mat's going to take care of. And then, you know what, maybe I switch the mat like that for a second and see how this tower does. Oh, I kind of wanted to see how this thing is going to do versus DDTs, but obviously they leaked and they went into a wall of trees, and that's why they disappeared. But yeah, this is, okay, around 100, and this is the last one. So let's pop everything like this, and let's, you know what, I'm going to move this thing up, and I'm going to try and pop these ZOMGs using only the Druid. So let's Ultra Boost this guy, and then when everything comes into range, I'm going to use the Homeland. And look at those Ball Lightnings go. I mean, come on, guys. That's so fun. I'm having so much fun with this tower. Look at those Ball Lightnings go. Like, this was like 1 Ball Lightning per second previously, and now we have like 15 of them. And the Freeze Monkey Knowledge, and that is it. I mean, this is around 100. But I think that we should probably be ending this video. I mean, how long does this thing go? I think that this thing loses to Pierce, honestly, because eventually it's just not going to be able to blow back all of the Bloons that are incoming, and they might even, yeah, just like that. I was super impressed by this tower. I really feel like we hit the curve on it because we didn't like immediately start by super buffing it. We kind of took it slow, so we lost a little bit of lives and then started slowly buffing it with the Alchemist, and then added the Druid. So it was kind of a natural progression, I think, and it showcased what this tower can do. And I'm really excited by the freezing that this tower can do. I think that this tower can hold Bloons for a very long amount of time with just the basic buffs. So yeah, don't sleep on Ball Lightning, I would say. That's a good one. So that's gonna be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want to support the channel, use code EthanReed in the Bloons store, and I will see you guys in the next one.